Have you ever stopped to think about it? This invisible force that powers absolutely everything? I mean, from the phone you're holding to the stars in the sky, it's all connected by one single fundamental thing. And in this explainer, we're going to dive deep into what it is.
Okay, let's kick things off with a little riddle. What could a massive, powerful bolt of lightning and, a regular banana possibly have in common? I mean, they seem like total opposites, right? But believe it or not, they share this secret connection that's at the very heart of everything we're talking about today. And the answer is energy. Yep, that's it. It's the one word that ties a lightning strike to your breakfast. And this simple idea, it turns out, is the thread that holds our entire universe together. Let's see how.
So, the official textbook definition is the capacity to do work. But what does that actually mean? Well, simply put, it's the power to make stuff happen, to move a car, to warm up your coffee, to light up a city. So let's actually follow the trail of energy through a totally normal morning and see it in action. You really don't have to be a physicist to see energy everywhere. In fact, your day is just a constant, non-stop chain of energy transformations. And it all starts from the very moment you open your eyes. Let's follow that chain. That buzzing, annoying sound that rips you out of a dream? Well, that's it. That's your first energy encounter of the day. The electrical energy that's stored in a battery or maybe flowing from your wall is being changed into something brand new.
And that brand new thing is sound energy. See, your alarm clock makes these tiny vibrations that travel through the air in waves, kind of like ripples in a pond. When those waves hit your eardrum, it vibrates too. And your brain goes, oh, that's a sound. It's literally doing the work of waking you up.
Okay, so you manage to get out of bed, you stumble through the dark, and you flip a switch. And just like that, boom! With one little flick of your finger, you've commanded another incredible energy conversion. And you probably didn't even think twice about it.
Now, this is where it gets really cool. That single flow of electrical energy doesn't just turn into one thing. It actually splits into two. The electricity heats up the little filament in the bulb, making it glow. That gives you light so you can see. But it also gives off heat, which, as you know, is why you learn pretty quick not to touch a hot light bulb.
All right, you've found your way to the kitchen. It's time to fuel up the most important machine of all, you. But the energy that powers your body, that's not electrical. It's a kind of energy you actually have to eat. And this is chemical energy. Hey, remember that banana from our first question? It's basically a perfect little package of energy, all stored up in the bonds between its molecules. When you eat it, your body gets to work breaking those bonds, and that releases the energy for you to use. So, with that chemical energy from breakfast now available, your body starts converting it all over again. This time, it's turning that fuel into the energy of pure movement as you get ready to head out the door.
We call this mechanical energy. It's the energy of things moving, and it's probably the most obvious kind of energy we see every day. But what's interesting is that it's actually made up of two different states.
And this is such a great way to think about it. You've got kinetic energy and potential energy. Kinetic is the energy of doing. It's you actively walking, moving, making things happen. Potential energy, on the other hand, is the energy of waiting. Just imagine standing at the top of a flight of stairs. You're not moving, but you've got all this stored up energy just because of where you are. You have the potential to move. That's potential energy. So, we've seen energy get you out of bed and out the door. But that's just the small stuff. Now, let's zoom way out. I'm talking from your kitchen to the cosmos to look at the huge hidden forces that shape our entire universe. So it turns out, the most powerful energy in the entire universe is hidden in the tiniest places you can imagine. To find it, we have to go subatomic. The energy that's locked inside the nucleus of a single atom, it's just immense.
And of course, we're talking about nuclear energy. This is the big one. It's what powers our sun. It's what we harness in power plants. It is quite literally the universe's ultimate power source, and it's all locked away inside these tiny, tiny particles.
And this is all summed up in maybe the most famous equation ever written. It tells us that energy equals mass times the speed of light squared. And since the speed of light is a ridiculously huge number, what this really means is that even a tiny, tiny amount of mass can be converted into a tremendous, almost unimaginable amount of energy.
But there are other invisible forces at play too. Magnetic energy. It's this silent, unseen force stored in magnetic fields. It might not seem as dramatic as nuclear energy, but it's just as vital. It's what makes a compass work and what drives the motors that run our modern world. Okay, so we've talked about all these different forms and all these changes, electrical to light, chemical to mechanical. You might start to wonder, does energy just get used up? Does it eventually disappear? Well, as it turns out, there is one golden rule that governs everything.
This single sentence is one of the most important principles in all of science, the law of conservation of energy. Just think about what it means. The total amount of energy in the universe has always been the same, and it always will be. It never changes.
And this is that law in beautiful, perfect action. Light energy from the sun isn't lost. A plant catches it and just gives it a new costume, changing it into chemical energy. Then an animal eats the plant, and that energy changes its costume again, becoming the mechanical energy of movement. The energy is all still there. It's just wearing a different outfit.
So after all of that, from your alarm clock to the sun itself, what's the big takeaway? What does all this mean for you, right here, right now?
Well, here's what we've learned. Energy is the ultimate shapeshifter. It can be sound or light or heat or motion, but no matter what form it takes, the crucial thing to remember is that it's never, ever lost. The total amount of energy is constant. It just flows from one form to another in a beautiful, never-ending cycle.
And that leaves us with one last, kind of mind-blowing thought. The chemical energy from the food you ate this morning became the mechanical energy of you moving around today and the heat your body gives off. Since that energy can't be destroyed, where will it go next? It's something to think about as you keep playing your part in this endless, universal cycle of energy.